So the crazy thing about the '03 draft, obviously we knew LeBron was going one, right?
Yeah.
And Darko comes out of nowhere around that time. We didn't know anything about Darko, so automatically we're like, okay, Carmelo's going to. We know that. So those were the top two players in our draft until Darko came in, and then from there, uh, Chris Bosh and I had the same agent Henry Thomas, rest in peace. And I knew Chris Bosh was going to go fourth to Toronto for some reason. I just felt like, okay, he's going fourth. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, I'm projected to go anywhere from fourth to like 20. So anywhere between there, here we go. And I was actually eyeing Orlando Magics because Doc Rivers, who was a former Marquette Golden Eagle, well, Warrior probably at the time when he played, he told me, he said, listen, if you're there, I'm taking you. Like, you know what I mean? And so I felt very confident that Doc Rivers was going to draft me.
What pick did they have?
I think they had the 15th pick. They had the 15th pick that year, and then T-Mac was still there. So I'm sitting there in the draft room, and I'm like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, the draft starts at the 5th pick. The first 4 I already knew. So I'm like, here we go. Who's going 5? And then next thing you know, my agent comes over, and he says, hey, the Heat about to take you at 5. And I'm just like, what? Like, it was mind-boggling to me that I was about to go to 5th pick in the draft. Like, I literally was like, okay, I'll be 15. So it just happened, man. And like, it was like a out of body experience. I remember just going numb. I had Zaire, who's now 18 years old. I had him on my lap at the time. And it was a cool experience because I didn't expect anything. I knew I got invited to the green room, so that I knew that teams liked me, but I really didn't have a lot of information. Really, I was just there because I was invited. And I felt that maybe Doc would grab me. Maybe he won't let me stay in his green room all day. That was it.
Did you work out for the Heat prior to the draft?
I did.
Okay, so Riley loved you. It wasn't an impressive workout.
It wasn't like an impressive workout. Like I didn't walk away from that like, yeah, I just did that. Like you understand, like Jay, I worked out for like 13 teams, and in a certain amount of days. It was like 15, 16 days of like working out. So I had back to back workouts. Some I was great in, some I was terrible in. When we're flying commercial and we're getting delayed at the airport, you're getting in at 3 a.m, you up early to work out. So I didn't work out great at every place I went. I thought that if one team was going to draft me high, it was going to be the Chicago Bulls. They had the 7th pick at the time. I worked out for the Bulls twice. I was a hometown kid. Unfortunately, I had just lost Jay Will, who had an amazing rookie season. And I was like, you know what? If it's any team outside of Doc Rivers at Orlando at 15 who would pick me, it would be Chicago. So I'm sitting there like, okay, 7 to 15 and one of those picks. And never thought that Pat Riley didn't give me any indication that he was going to draft me. He didn't give anybody else an indication that he was going to draft me. So I had no idea.